I'm the sous chef here. With any luck, I should be head chef by next year. I've got this amazing fiance.
That's the power of Pine Sol, baby.
Now get Pine Sol at a new low price every day.
Hey, this is Mike Dreher from Condition Critical. Thanks for watching Metal-O-Mania with Crypt and Scully.
Hello guys, my name is Salva Esteban. I'm from Hollyside and we are rocking it here in Metalomania with Chris from the Crypt. So you guys rock and keep rocking.
Metal-O-Mania. Side effects may include a stiff neck, leaking genitals, and bitching neighbors. Fuck them.
I watched you die! Twice! Whoa, twisted! There is a house of dragons, do not go inside. Step one foot in the door, you won't come out alive. The owner died there, angry in misery. The still same reflection in the mirror, you will see. Twist it! Twist it! Twist it! The wall's bleeding red. Twist it! Twist it! Twist it! Beware where you tread. Your dagger spawn and puzzles survive through the night. Electrocuted in the bed while fucking into light. Handcuffs with the debater, a peril to your health. You'll buy a motorcycle when it starts to play itself. Twist it! Twist it! Twist it! The wall's bleeding red. Twist it! Twist it! Twist it! Beware where you tread! Spirit is restless! You hear the ghostly call! Whispers of vengeance from these cursed walls! Spirit is restless! You hear the ghostly call! Whispers of vengeance from these cursed walls!
I built this room for you, this house. You do not negotiate. Build you good. And build that love only will die.
Dancing in the dark, future uncertain. Shotgun in your mouth, the final curtain. The prophecy of history repeating. The chance of your survival now is fleeting. Dancing in the dark, future uncertain. Shotgun in your mouth, the final curtain. The prophecy of history repeating. The chance of your survival now is fleeting. Oh, let's go!
I had to die twice just to figure that out.
Hey, this is Yngve from Relentless Aggression. You are watching Metalomania with Scully and the Crypt.
Embraced by shadows, consumed
something totally crazy.
What the fuck?
What?
Look at that.
It's Spider-Man.
That's fucking me. That's my fucking picture.
That's Peter Parker.
That ain't Peter Parker. That is fucking me. Son of a bitch. Look here. Look at Shrek. They even got my fucking face on his eyes. Oh, hell no. Oh, motherfucker. They even got me looking like Will on Stranger Things. Son of a bitch.
What the hell's going on here?
Where the fuck they get these?
Hey, they got the new Grand Theft Auto.
Motherfucker, that's me. How the fuck they get that?
I don't know, Granny. Did you give them permission to use...
Hell no.
Hey, I'm telling you, no one's safe around here with that crazy bitch running around loose. Yeah.
Pussy, little pussy.
Oh man, you should have seen your face. Damn, that was cool.
But the days of the killer cars were numbered, thanks to the miracle of atomic mutation.
Once we so cleverly let that atomic genie out of its bottle, there's no putting it back.
All right, everybody out there in Metalomania land, now that you have to recover from those jams that we just smashed you in the face with, get up off the fucking floor because we're not done yet. In fact, we're amping things up, man. Everybody strap in. What's up, Norman? How are you, brother?
I'm doing fantastic. Beautiful weather out here in sunny California today.
Ah, you know, I just was recently in your backyard there, man. I was going to say your back door. That would have been a whole different interview. But...
yeah, that'd be a whole different show.
It's not about butthole pleasures at all.
But I was just in your backyard. I got to visit San Diego. It was a lot of fun.
Well, it looks like we're off to a great start. I'll call you later. Goodbye.
But I appreciate you joining me so very much, man. How are you today, brother?
I'm doing good. Yeah, it's I love it. For me, this is like I'm kicking off my day with something metal on the calendar.
Fuck yeah, dude, that's all I do anymore. I took a horrific injury years ago. I can barely walk, so I literally sit here and just do metal, man. So you're feeding my habit right now.
I'm an enabler.
Enabler. It's a funny word, isn't it? Enabler.
Yeah, and a fucking enabler. That's right. Well, and honestly, and bringing back one of my favorite drugs, if you will, man, because Forbidden for me has always been a very special thing. And Twisted into Form is literally like I want to play at my funeral. That shit is part of my DNA, you know. So you're a part of a rebirth of something that means a lot to me, man. And I got to ask you, what does that mean to you?
Inquiring minds want to know.
I mean, it's great. I was a fan also growing up of the band. Just to be asked, you know, to be part of this reformation, if you will, of Forbidden. It's just like, wow, really? Me? Fuck yes! I'm super excited, you know, and everyone, you know, I'm talking to people, they're like, you know, they would have never done this if there wasn't a singer that could pull it off. And then I'm just like, don't say that to me. That's a lot of pressure.
Oh man, that is way too much pressure!
Oh, perfect fit, brother. I've actually been pouring through a bunch of your projects over the last couple of days, knowing that we were going to speak, man. And I got to tell you, I'm super excited about this, man. I think it's like a puzzle. This is going to be a beautiful thing, sir. Are you feeling that way as well?
Yeah, I mean, most people that know me, what's funny is, right, I haven't really done anything thrash, like just straight thrash, forever. I was with Imagica for a while, did 5 albums, but I mean, honestly, their first 3 albums are very much thrash metal albums. Then along comes Norman, and then it became more of a power thrash band because I'm more of a power metal vocalist. I'm going full tilt. It's just straight old school Bay Area thrash. So right now I'm just I'm just deep diving all the old Forbidden stuff, all of it, and just like really getting it ingrained in my head so I can get back in that you know, I'm 17 and I'm pissed off and I've got shit to say.
Yes, well, there's no need to get hostile about it, Norman.
So I'm just kind of getting in that mindset again so I could really bring an attack and everything to whatever I'm delivering. So.
How perfectly put. On Thrash's fucking banner, it should say that. No matter how old you are, this is for the 17-year-old in your soul that's still angry and pissed off, man, because it's so true.
Right. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad.
The first thing, honestly, that jumped out at me as I dove into some of your projects, even, is you have a range. This is a range more so, hey, I love Forbidden. I just told everybody that, but you will bring a new range to this project, for sure.
It's a whole new thing. You know, for me, when I think of range, it's not necessarily just high notes, because Russ could do that all day long.
I like Russ.
You know, Craig said it very well. You know, Russ Anderson, you know, is and was at the same time, you know, probably the quintessential thrash singer that could do everything. He's a Swiss Army knife of vocals, right? He's got all these tools. And me, I've kind of modeled myself after that same kind of thing over the years. So I step way out of the box more so than what he did. Like, so I do feel that I can bring a whole lot more to the table on these upcoming new albums that we're going to be creating. However, with that, I have to keep in mind a lot of stuff I can do might not be appropriate for this project. So I might have to practice some constraint, but you know, definitely looking forward to painting a picture and putting some cool layers on the stuff. So
you know it's going to be fun.
Fuck yeah. I find that very interesting, actually, that your approach going in is to kind of recognize that as being part of the features. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes less is more. It will be interesting to see what the results of this are, man, because I do think that you have more than the range capable to make some pretty amazing things, man. I can't fucking wait. Honestly, when I first heard that, did someone just say Forbidden might be getting back together? It was like, I have half a leg and I still danced around all day.
It gave me a little boner.
You know, that shit means a lot to an old metalhead like my dumbass self, man.
You said you had 1 foot in hell?
I see what you did there.
Yeah, that's right. Ah, nice. I love that. Good shit. Good shit. So, well, how did it come about that you became the new frontman for? Well, I guess give me a little insight, if you can, on how it came about that the project even returned.
Yeah,
and then how did you become a puzzle piece to it?
Tell us about it. Tell us the story.
Yeah, it was complete accident. I mean, and my whole musical career has been an accident. Getting into singing, I was like this guy that was hanging around, and some guys were like, "We lost our singer. You're sitting here in the room with us. You have to sing." Like everything for me has just kind of been accidental, and Forbidden is no exception to that.
I just sort of fell into it by accident.
Here's what happened. I'm going to try to summarize, and not make it too long and drawn out. So,
Norm, the accidental frontman. I like that. Go ahead.
Yeah, right. The title of my memoirs, right there.
I think he's going to be a bestseller.
So Craig Licensero, obviously everyone knows that he's the founding member of Forbidden. He was doing his Bay Area Interthrational. So I'm going to explain what that is for people that don't know. So Bay Area Interthrational celebrates early thrash music, the origins of it. And what they do is they play original songs off of those first couple albums, whether it be by, Metallica or Slayer or Violence or Death Angel, whatever it may be.
T-Rex.
So
these guys are the best. The best.
Now, he would get a lot of players. Obviously, he knows a lot of friends, so everyone's like, this sounds really cool. So he gathers them all. So for instance, say you're in Testament. You cannot play a Testament song. You can play an Overkill song or something, but you can't play a Testament song. So everyone has to play songs that are not theirs.
Cool idea.
They were gearing up for rehearsals in the Bay Area. Now, here's where the problem was. Their singers were like Caton from Hyrax.
I just talked to Caton. I love that dude.
There you go. Randy from Lamb of God. Mark from Death Angel. But they're all either out of state or they're on tour. They had no singers. Oh. And, all the guys are like, well, can we get some singer in here just so we can get, help us stay on time and our cues and stuff. So Chris Contos was like, hey, Craig, why don't you call Norman Skinner? That dude's pretty good.
That's me.
So they called me, and Craig's like, hey, dude, would you be willing to learn like 12 songs just to help us out,
12 down, 20 to go.
And I was like, sure, no problem, especially since, if I'm not performing it live, I can have a lyric sheet. So I brought my lyric sheets. I just wanted to know my cues, my timing, my enunciation. I just wanted to make sure I had all of that down.
I was ready.
I went down there, man. I was already starstruck when I stepped in that room, dude. You got Harold O from, DRI right there. There's Steve Smythe, who's been in every freaking band ever. Craig, there's Contos. And I'm just like, wow, here walks, Sean Killian from Violence is walking in. There's Phil Demmel. And I'm just like, what the hell? But I kept my composure. Pretty cool. So I was just helping them out for a few weekends. And then going through all the songs, but near the end of it, one of the songs on the list we were never playing. It was Forbidden Off the Edge. And I said, hey, what about this song? Can we do this one? And Craig's like, well, we're not, none of us are really playing it. I've had time to reflect on this. I think what happened was he said, a lot of shit can go wrong. Some people might not be able to do something. We know the song. We might actually have to play this. It wouldn't hurt to run through it.
Better safe than sorry.
We went through Off the Edge. I guess behind me, the door was opening up, and, Harold and Chris Contos are like, oh, this sounds killer. And I think that was like just a first little spark that, oh, hey, this guy can sing some Forbidden.
We're on to something much bigger than we imagined.
Fast forward a little bit more.
Seeds were planted. I love it.
Yeah, I guess, but there was no plan or anything. It's just, It was like, huh. And then Craig said, hey, you've done us a favor. You've done us a solid. If you'd like, we'd like to invite you to the San Francisco version of the show. It's going to be 3 times bigger, 3 different sets, U.S., international, and national. And we'll give you a couple songs, and I'd really like you to sing Chalice of Blood. I'm like, okay, yeah. And I think, again, it's like, yeah, they want to have Forbidden represented well, but not a lot of singers, especially in the thrash realm, can do that. So I was
That's
like,
right. Chalice of Blood is a tall order. It really is, yeah.
Chalice of blood waits to be lost.
I ended up learning 8 songs for the show. I ended up playing Chalice of Blood at the show with Warbringer. So the way it worked is the night before the show, the 2 nights before the show, we had 2 back-to-back all-day rehearsals with everybody. I mean, place was just people in and out, people flying in, international, media, all sorts of stuff.
Oh, it was a circus.
And then the second day is, at the end of the day, Warbringer finally showed up because they were traveling. And so my song, Chalice of Blood, was like one of the last ones to do. So here I am in a room full of people, and I just do it, and I just rip into it. And I was told later that everyone was just looking at Craig like, are you seeing this right now, Craig? Like, right there.
Yes!
Then the next day we did the show. I went out there. There's a video of that song, me doing it out there with Warbringer, and I think it crushed pretty well. And that was it.
Oh, yeah, I'd have paid a couple of $1,000s to see that fucking show.
I think everyone knew that, hey, this guy could do the parts if need be, but there's still no plans. Craig was very much doing his Bay Area Thrational. He had his own band, Dress the Dead. He was starting Boneless Ones with Chris Contos. So very busy.
Everyone's off doing their own thing.
Here's what happened. The final piece of the puzzle was at Alcatraz Festival, called Craig and said, hey, Anthrax has to drop out. It's the 35th anniversary of Forbidden Evil. Would you be willing to get a new singer, even a fill-in or something, because we know that Russ is retired and he does not sing anymore. Could you get somebody? And then they specifically asked, because they love Chris Contos, like, and could Chris play drums, because that would be a really good story.
And they was right.
And I believe that's when just the light bulb finally illuminated all the way, and Craig was like, I got an idea. and then I got the call, man, and I was expecting a call from Craig, because they had mentioned that they were going to do another Interthrational in Europe, and I've never performed in Europe. I've been to Europe to record and things, but I've never performed over there. So I was like, sweet, can't wait for him to call me and see what I'm going to sing. And then he did call, but it was a whole different call that I was not expecting or ready for, and that was the Forbidden call.
Pow! Changed everything.
What was the wording? Put me in that moment with you.
I believe it was something like, Craig's like, hey, brother, how you doing, or something. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing good. He goes, well, I don't want to beat around the bush or anything. Like, he was getting straight to the point, which I love that about him.
Because this guy doesn't like to fuck around, huh?
And he's like, I don't want to beat around the bush or anything. He goes, how would you like to front Forbidden? It was something along those lines, or be the front man for a reformation, or, I think I had 1 second to think like, wait, Forbidden, and then the second I was like, yeah, I'm in.
Count me in.
Yes.
It was like that. It was that quick. I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't take any time to think it over. It was like, yes, sir.
Yeah, right. Where my sign, baby? Where my sign?
Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Outstanding, man. So now that is cemented, let's look forward a little bit together, man. I know that you guys are probably going to be road warriors. That was something Forbidden did back in the day, I know. So I'm wondering how that's going to play out. I know everybody's a little older now, so maybe it's different. But
who you calling old?
Are you in a songwriting process right now? Where does Forbidden stand now today as we're kind of putting this thing?
I can answer all that, actually.
Okay. Outstanding.
All right. So I have answers for everything. So
I was waiting for you to ask me that question.
Let's start off. So where we're at right now, we're strictly concentrating on the festival. The 35th anniversary of Forbidden Evil. So obviously everyone knows we're going to play that album in its entirety.
This is so fucking epic, right?
I thought that when it came out, by the way. So you're aging me.
Yeah, and we're talking every track, including like As Good as Dead, which I've heard they haven't played since like the late 80s.
Wow.
So yeah. So we're going to do that whole album. We'll toss in a few other songs, but I can't say which ones.
Come and see for yourself.
That is the focus. At the same time, there are tons of festival offers coming in for 2024. We have a couple one-off things that have been confirmed. A couple of the festivals have been confirmed, but they're not yet announced. So obviously, I can't say anything.
Understood.
But the idea of being Road Warriors, we've actually specifically discussed not doing that. It logistically and everything, it just doesn't make sense. It's smarter just to spend 2024 doing one-off shows and a bunch of festivals just hitting big target audiences.
Right on! Let's do it! Rock that world! Rock that world!
Come on, let's go. We can do it. Hey gang, let's take a quick break from Norm in the Crypt right now to get in some jams on Metal-O-Mania.
Drink from the chalice and you will be reborn in the land with you.
You talk about the chalice calling the kettle black.
Until at last I threw down my enemy and smote his ruin upon the mountainside.
Forgotten warrior within me melts
This guy single-handedly ruined the word motherfucker. Do you know how hard that is to do?
Please give me cock. Do you have cock? And ask them the price of cock. Cola. But it was not cola, it was cock. Remember cock? And what's cock? So cock. Do you have cock? And they said yes. Please give me cock. Oh, please give me cock. I want a cock.
The wood spider is the most accomplished of all web-building species. Recently, scientists gave these tiny creatures a variety of psychoactive drugs to observe their effects on web building. When given a minute dose of LSD, the spider's web took on an unfamiliar, minimalist structure. When given caffeine, the web structure was not affected, but the spider's behavior was. Given THC, the active ingredient in marijuana, the spider didn't build a web. It built a hammock, where it lay all day and watched the caffeine spider go. When given alcohol, the spider built a web, found a mate, and raised over 100 young. But the mate got a restraining order, and now the spider can't go within 100 centimeters of the web. The crack cocaine spider figured building webs was for suckers, waited till the caffeine spider was exhausted, then came up behind it and popped a cap in its ass. Nice web, Mr. Crack Spider. When winter came, the marijuana spider had no place to live. It ended up in the crack web as the crack spider's bitch. For more information on the crack spider's bitch, contact the Canadian Wildlife Service in Ottawa.
And none other than the Reverend Chainsaw from the Church of the Screaming Epileptic Jesus.
Spin the names of the shades and use it in death. Clock ticking like a demon 3 times.
In the excellent Chainsaw Massacre by Tobe Hooper, why don't we ever see the characters go to the bathroom? Or wash their hands like people do in real life?
This reminds me of an ancient torture technique I learned from the worms of Janus many moons ago.
Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
All right, now that your necks are good and sore, let's get back to the boys on Metal-O-Mania.
Actually, probably, I'm guessing as soon as we get back from Alcatraz, we're really going to dive into songwriting. I know that he's already, Steve and Craig are already woodshedding riffs, and Craig's already lyric writing. So by this time next year, Craig said he would like us to be in the studio recording.
That is music to my ears. Oh, God damn, I'm getting emotional here. Anybody else?
So their new music is coming. and there are going to be shows, and I mean the whole thing. We're just trying to do it smart.
I learned a few things over the years.
Magical words to a metalhead's ears as in the studio goes forbidden, my friend. God damn it, I love that. I love that so much.
Oh, the studio. That's where the magic happens.
I saw an interview with Craig recently, actually. He was on a friend of ours, Gas Masks and Hand Grenades. Shout out to Jeff and the crew over there. They do amazing things. Please
I watched
sub them up.
Yeah.
Craig was on there, and he did allude to the fact that obviously over the years, you know, Forbidden might not have been a thing, but there's projects that you think about along the way. There's things that you kind of, you know, there's things that are written down and putting down and a little recording piece of this. And so I got to believe there's a lot of material that will be drawn from.
Today we're going straight to the vault.
The band may have been dormant, but their minds have not been. So there's lots of things I think that you know, they've kind of been working on in the behind the scenes. I'm looking forward to all of it. It's just,
yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what is presented to me, because, you know, I have yet to hear anything. And I have a feeling what I'm going to hear are pretty much almost completed songs by the time it comes to me. It's going to be like, all right, here's one. Here's the first one that we've written.
I'll get your ass up there and get to work.
God damn it, man. Outstanding. Well, let's talk about you a little bit, my brother. So
Sure.
You are, like we talked about a little bit, you have kind of some power metal background coming into the project, but let's take me back to your teenage years, man. What's the metal band that you were just like, I can't get enough of these fuckers?
In my teenage years, I was a Metallica fan. Metallica was like the be-all, end-all for me for a while.
Metallica, noise.
And what's funny, actually, my teenage years, it was a transition. I would say from age like 12 to 14, honestly, I was very much into hair metal because that's all I saw on MTV. I didn't have older friends or older siblings that could turn me on to different music. I was just watching, you know, MTV, and it was all hair metal.
Why not give hair metal another shot?
But I liked that better than just pop and R&B and all this other stuff. I was like, this is what I like.
That's my shit. It is your shit.
And then it wasn't until like 8th grade, 9th grade that all of a sudden I was introduced to, you know, the Injustice for All album and things like that. And then all of the high school kids got their hands in me. They started bringing me mixtapes. You remember where you would tape over the little tabs, and then you put a bunch of songs on? And then, so really, throughout high school, man, I was listening to a wide range of everything from like Faith No More to Obituary, you know, Fate's Warning, Dream Theater. I mean, literally everything.
All that shit.
Testament to Death. I mean,
yeah.
It really ran the gamut. So I got used to listening to a lot of different styles of metal all at the same time. So I've got an appreciation. I have a very open mind when it comes to metal, and I can draw on different things if I feel it fits a song.
The striving of man to achieve greatness through his own resources.
I even wonder about that over time, man, because you and I come from an era where metal was just metal. We didn't have 75,000 different subcategories. We didn't have, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, well, that's neo-industrial, symphonic, avant-garde, fucking classical jazz, folk metal, you know, whatever. It was just metal.
Metal against metal.
I wonder if we've lost something, honestly, as the newer generations come up. I've talked to lots of the younger cats that are like, well, you know, I like this, this, and this. And I've grown up listening to this, this, and this, and I don't really venture far out of that shell. And I wonder if you're cutting off your growth a little bit in the metal field. You know, like I said, you and I we have power metal stuff we've liked. We have, you know what I mean? It's just, we come from a big melting pot of metal. I wonder if we've too straight-lined ourselves, and we're kind of, you know, missing some of the boat with that.
Perhaps you're right.
I would agree a little bit with that, because, I mean, if I think of it back in the day, if somebody was like, hey man, I'm listening to, I like this band Forbidden, and I like this band Iron Maiden. Well, one's, you know, new wave of British heavy metal or traditional metal, if you will. The other one's thrash metal, right? Now, it was no big deal. It was just metal. Nowadays, somebody might be like, oh yeah, I listen to Forbidden, I listen to thrash metal. Oh, well, what about Iron Maiden? I don't know, that's not thrash. I don't really check them out, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's like these walls get put up and they stay closed-minded. There's an easy way past that. Open your fucking mind.
Free your mind and your ass will follow.
That's it. Just give things a listen. You never know what you're going to like. Sometimes I mean, everybody's got guilty pleasure stuff they listen to. I love it when I see I love it when I go to, say, a Cannibal Corpse concert, and there's a dude wearing his Winger shirt proudly. Or I go to a Cinderella concert, and some dude's got a Kill Switch Engage shirt on. They don't give an F, right? They don't care. They're like, I like what I like. It's all metal in some way or form.
I don't give a fuck.
Fuck yeah.
And that's me. I like what I like, and I stand behind what I like.
Okay, and then honestly, for me, it don't even have to be metal. I got bitched out once for going to a Slayer show in a Stevie Wonder shirt.
That's what friends are for.
There you go, right?
Fuck it, man. You know what I mean? And music is music, baby. If you feel it, you feel it. So
I couldn't agree more. Absolutely.
You touched on guilty pleasures, and honestly, we're of the mindset that no such thing exists. I guess if you like it, you like it. Who cares? But under that category, what would you consider as a Norman guilty pleasure, sir? What's something that you listen to that people might be like, oh, that's a little surprising?
Surprise me.
Oh, yeah. For me, I mean, my guilty pleasure is more, I don't know what you call it, just like rock.
Rock and roll.
Like, I really like this band called Lifehouse. Very mainstream, just kind of rock. Singer's got good melodies and stuff. But if I'm just chilling, bands like, they're like Lifehouse, Collective Soul, kind of that kind of stuff. That, to me, I would say is guilty pleasure, because if you were to look at my playlists of just bands and stuff, you'd be like, yeah. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So if you go, that's interesting, it's probably a guilty pleasure.
Bingo.
Okay, brother. You mentioned hair metal, and I grew up loving some of that stuff, but it's always been my theory, and I'd like to throw this at you.
Yeah.
So the metalheads that hated hair metal were the metalheads that couldn't get time with the women. I'm just throwing it out there, man.
You could be onto something there, Doc.
There's probably something to that. I mean, what's funny is I see interviews and stuff, and I hear from these guys from back in the day, and they're like, they went to a lot of hair metal shows, but they say they went there for the girls. Okay.
There's some of that.
I can buy that.
There is some of that. There is my theory on that also outside of the girl thing, because I do think there's something to that.
It was a good way to meet girls.
Not bad.
I've always liked the hair metal bands that had the really good guitar player. That was my difference. Like I wasn't.
Oh, sure. Yeah, some of those guys are. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Rat had great guitar play. Two fantastic guitar players. George Lynch is a.
It's funny is when you were talking about great guitar players from there, I was thinking DeMartini. You said Rat. Then I was like on Lynch, and then you said Dokken. I'm like,
right. Those were the ones. I liked those bands that was the distinguishing factor for me. Generally, was how good is the guitar player. If he's really, really good, I'm probably going to like that band.
Them some bad motherfuckers.
So. Yeah, I didn't realize until later that some of those guys were just like powerhouse guitar players. There was a album back in the day that came out, I think it was called like Guitar Players That Rule the World. It got like Red Beach on it, and that dude was shredding Nuno Betancourt and stuff. And I was just like, wow, these guys are just phenomenal.
They are gods.
And then you got a lot of times there's guys that just hold back in those bands because they don't feel that the shred,
Right.
But what's funny is, it's I can listen to music like that, but as a power metal guy, I cannot listen to light power metal. I just can't.
Okay.
For me, it's got to have some balls to it.
Not enough cock and balls.
I actually get it, man. I like quite a bit of power metal stuff out, but I'm very just. Some of it loses me when we get too far down the roads of dragons and shit like that.
Exactly. I don't like the cheesy. I guess I don't like the cheesy. I'm lactose intolerant. I don't like the cheese in my metal.
Yeah, that's funny. That's a fucking funny joke. That's fucking funny.
That is fantastically put, man. When it comes to metal, I'm lactose intolerant. Keep the cheese.
I don't like cheese in my metal.
That was some funny shit to me, Jack.
I can't imagine the excitement that's got to be going on right now in the Forbidden Camp, man, because I, as a fan, can hardly control myself. So
we're all very excited. I think so I know that I've talked with some of the guys, and what I think we're really excited about is hearing how this comes together, because it's going to be Forbidden, but it's going to have a slightly different sound. Kantos has his own drum style. You know what I mean?
Kantos is a god.
And I think he's just going to bring a kind of a different feel to some of these songs that we've heard growing up. It's going to sound a little different. And then, of course,
Love that dude.
Here you got a whole new voice. I mean, I can sing the stuff, but my timbre is a little different. So you're going to hear it and be like, it sounds like the song, but it's got that slight difference. So it's going to be a new thing. And I'm for me personally, I'm most excited about people like, are you excited for the big shows and all this and blah, blah, blah. I'm most excited to see how I'm received. I want to change minds. I want that guy that's in the front like this the whole time, going no rust, no forbidden, to be like,
This slug is actually pretty good.
I want to change those minds, and I want to win over the existing Forbidden fans, because I'm a Forbidden fan, and I believe in myself and I believe in what the band's doing, and I just want that to come across so that all other existing fans are like, yeah. And then, hell, maybe this time round, you know, Forbidden's always been like a cult following kind of, you know, thrash band that should have just blown up.
Unbelievably, so true. So
right?
true.
The most underrated band of all
time.
So I'm hoping maybe with this lineup and these future albums, maybe we can get them there.
Then in my opinion, it is long overdue.
And the current scene, the current climate is definitely one in which, let's be honest.
Craig nailed it in one of his videos, interviews, where he's like, you know what? Right now is the right time for Forbidden to come back.
Just groovy, Craig.
The key ingredient, and I've only known you for just a minute, and we've just been talking today, and this is my first of what I hope will be a couple of times we get to talk about the thing. But the key ingredient for me is a passion and a love for the project, and I see it in your eyeballs, man. I got to tell you that. I can see it gleaming right through your eyeballs right now, man. So that adds my excitement level by about 1 million, brother. So, for real.
I am psyched.
Oh yeah, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm 100% in, man. I've been working just on my own hard on these songs. Like I'm like, I'm gonna do this just like that. And I'm going to add my own little thing right there. Like, I'm really diving in. So I'm looking forward to it.
Later when they ask me, man, what did you take away from your talk from Norman? My exact quote is going to be, this dude's going to give it everything, including the nutsack. So let's fucking go, man. Fuck yeah. I can't wait, brother. That's good shit.
Absolutely.
Yes, well, I'm raring to go, Chief.
Let's play an old school Forbidden jam for everybody out here on the show, man, in honor of you joining me on the program today, man. Do you have a favorite? What's an old school Forbidden song that you...
Yeah, we gotta go Twisted in a Form, that title track off the second album, man. That's one of my faves. Yeah.
I literally want this song played at my funeral, people.
Well, it's going to be a nice funeral.
You know, anybody out there that has a love for me one day, if you find yourself at my funeral, make sure this is played for me, guys. With Norm, on a personal note, man, I've been a fan of Forbidden forever. I'm already a huge fan of you, man. I can't wait to see what comes of this project, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, man.
And I got you being filmed, man. Will you come hang out with us again sometime?
Oh no, I'm completely there. Yeah, man. Yep. And then I guess for anyone else out there that has no idea who I am, check out my website. It's normanskinner.net. I got all my past projects. I got videos, music, everything. And then of course, as Forbidden stuff happens and we release videos and albums, I'll have stuff on my own site as well. So, and then another thing I didn't know about, I'm going to plug as well. Go to the official Forbidden website. They got all sorts of killer merchandise. They got shirts, hoodies, like it's a throwback merchandise. They even have a shirt from like their '86 demo. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna have to pick this up. So I didn't even know. I joined the band and I was checking it out and I was like, what?
I'll send you some links. Seriously, great shit.
So,
what's that website again? I got to go do that right now.
I believe it's Forbidden or ForbiddenOfficial.com or Official Forbidden. It's one of the two.
We'll share it right there. See that down there at the bottom of the screen, everybody there? Go to that. Go to that and get you. I will tell you, we just met, so you probably don't know, but until about 4 years ago, I was a 450-pound cat. So my only Forbidden shirt I have is a 6 extra large.
Oof.
So I'm going to have to get, I'm going to have to get
That's a lot of work, man.
250 pounds, brother. I've lost 251 pounds.
Holy shit, man.
Good job, man. I've been trying to lose weight ever since
Let's see this right here.
I'm just trying to get in stage shape. But
Bugs Bunny arms, man. I got Bugs Bunny arms.
What a goofball.
Fuck, Norman. Dude, for real, man, I'm a huge fan of you, brother. I'm going to watch everything along the way, and I'm going to beg you to come hang out with me again so we can talk about it as it goes, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm in, brother. Love it.
Yeah. Well, Metalomaniacs, please, I implore you, go out there, support this cat. Go and follow him on Facebook, follow him on Instagram, follow the website there, and hold your breath until the Forbidden comes out. All right, don't do that last part, but
don't listen to him.
Here we go, you guys. We're going to play Forbidden's Twisted into Form, and we're going to follow that up with a few more jams. So don't go nowhere. Keep hanging out with us here on Metalomania. Norm, very much love to you, sir.
Oh, thank you so much, man.
Hey, metalheads, this is Norman Skinner from Forbidden. You're watching Metal-O-Mania with The Crypt and Scully. Kill it.
How many have heard of an album called Twisted into Form, huh? Yeah, some of you, huh? Let's do it then. You guys with us, huh?
What's twisting this bitch's tit?
You guys can't go now. It's the best part. I called the pizza dude. All right.
Don't you deserve the kind of dark, dreamless sleep where not even God can find you?
This mattress makes me sleep like I wasn't molested. Thanks, Comfort Sleep.
Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking kidding me right now? You just fucked this moment. This beautiful, tender moment with your accordion. You just whipped out your accordion and you fucked it, man. God.
That's some white boy shit right there.
Please, can someone invite me to a free fart mail orgy? I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Please, I'm addicted to fart mail whites porn. I'm addicted to a group of fart males, a white guys farting in my face. Please wear jeans and gray sweatpants. Please, I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I wish to get somebody to invite me to a fart mail white porn orgy. Please, please.
Hey, we're all the same on the inside. Stinky and pink.
Hey everybody, this is Doug from Revenge Beast, and you are watching Metal-O-Mania with The Crypt and Scully. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to check out Revenge Beast on all your favorite social media and streaming platforms.
read the Count of Monte Cristo lately?
I don't know. 10 years ago.
See, I read a little bit of it every night. I read words like revenge, sweet lasting revenge, payback time.
Well, it's an interesting combination of elements, making him a tough little son of a bitch.
In other parts of the country, men were fighting each other and the elements.
That's all, bitches.
This is Jesse Bergen from Diabology, and you are watching Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt and Scully.
Hey, what's up? This is Jason Bittner from Overkill, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania.
This just in. Scientists have discovered that once you've been infected by Metal-O-Mania, there is no cure. Contact Scully right away for more and more metal to feed the dragon.